Yeah, Aussie Gem Hunter Naseeb here. How we doing, guys? This is just a little bit of a shot on what it looks like to set up from one area to another area. Look, if I'm dragging it 10 meters, it obviously takes a lot longer and a little bit more darkness. Well, it was just on the side, so I thought I'd show you what it looks like just to move everything. And then I've got a bit of a gift for you guys. This is the start of the wash plant where I have to drag each wheelbarrow from each time that I do one, obviously. So yeah, this is around about 30 meters worth of walk to get to the dig face. So there we go. Got to do that 80 times today.
All right, now to the wash. You can still see there's billies, which is, a big rock splattered amongst them. There is granite coming up there. There's granite, coming up there and little granite piles there. That waxy material, the green material versus the sandy material right there. The waxy material is like slow water. So hopefully we've just hit a little ridge and it'll continue for a while. It's also pinching out the wash there and pinching out the wash there. So I've had good luck recently with just that little bit of wash. We're going to have to dig pretty hard today to get enough wash to process tomorrow. But you can see, that big billy came from just there. There is big rock in there and big billies in there, which means that, hopefully the sapphires have been trapped. We're digging an old riverbed, and then that old riverbed has obstructions, whatever that obstruction is, whether it's a tabletop, groove in the bedrock, which is our floor, the old riverbed floor. Any of those obstructions can create sapphire dropping out. And we're after sapphire, so let's get at it. Let's just do as many loads as we can today, and then tomorrow we do the wash. All right, so the bench is all completed. It's not that big. It's only, sort of 500 wide. I'll show you, hey, instead of explaining. That's it. That's our bench. You can see there's a whole bunch of material there and it really skinnies out, and you have some decomposing granite. That's our decomposing granite right there, and there's a little bit of wash underneath it. And then it's decomposing granite here and up the top there, and then there's a lot of clay on top of that. So it must be a big obstruction there, or there's a pinch off where the material, the wash really shortens down. So we don't know really what's going on there. And then as we swing over to the left-hand side, you can see a stack of billies there and a stack of billies there, and there's one right at the top. That's why I stopped at that level. And there's a bit of ironstone mixed amongst that, and ironstone mixed amongst that, and that as well. So yeah, excited to go for the next dig. It's not that high, so it's really wide. Like I've gone 3 meters across there, but height-wise, that's my boot. So we're running like at almost knee level for me. So you're interested to get into it, and we've just got to dig it. Look, if I find something in the wash, you guys will be straight back and we'll check it out together. So hang on. Hey, obviously back with the big sapphire, sapphire at least anyway. Let's have a look at it. It's stuck in the wall still, so it'll be a surprise for you and I. It's right there. It's a big one. You know, there's billies obviously stacked here. There's decomposing granite, which is supposed to be the floor, but there's a bit of wash underneath of it. And I just picked one out from here, and I was just thinking, oh, have they travelled over there? And I am 100% right. They have travelled over there. Let's get that jackhammer out. We'll both have a look at it together. Oh, let's try that again. Right, she's out. Out enough at least anyway. Oh, look at the size of that thing. Oh, that's flat. Oh, I don't know. Holy. Oh, that's a couple 100 carats. Look at that thing. That is a couple 100 carats. I want to chip that stuff off as much as I can, so we can have a look at it. That's not really... Anyway, let's have a look at it. If this has got colour... Nah. They normally don't, you know, like... If that had colour, we'd all be jumping for joy. But that is a big sapphire. Look at the size of that thing. It's got to be 200 carats. Maybe, oh, yeah, it's got to be 200. Oh, look, I don't know. At least 150, maybe 200. I'm always 100% wrong with these, so. Great sign. And look, if that was clear, you could have been seeing me strip off and run around the place. Just an excitement, obviously just an excitement. Let's see if any more gets trapped. Hopefully we have a bonanza day. That is a big jugger. Back on, this one also looks pretty big, so let's check this thing out. So I just pulled that big billy out, sitting right behind it. It's this thing. Oh, it's big. Yeah, look at that. It's shattered too. Tell you what, the size, there's nothing wrong with the sizes, but you can see that laminate, you can see that it's just all shattered, but let's have a look at it. Tiny touch of colour on the corner. There's nothing in that. But that's got to be, you know, 100 carats or plus. A tiny touch of colour there. Yeah, look at the sandwich. Just need a bigger one, you know, to you know, get the bun, meat, but no, going crazy. Working too hard, sweating too much, but look at that. That's a huge amount of sapphire. We just need a couple of those, one of those to be clear, and we'll be jumping for joy. Well, let's see what's in the pulsator, at least though. Fingers crossed we've got something up there that's worth it today. All right, guys, back upstairs. We know we've got two biggies in there. Let's have a look at the rest. Alrighty, let's have a look. Let's get rid of these big irons. Now we know we got the big bruiser in there, so we're not going to throw it away. There it is right there. Look at the size of that thing. Anyway, we'll just put it here. Jeez, that's the other one we found underground. Look, it pretty much fills the cup. Crazy's that. Alright, we'll see a few at the back here. Alright, let's get a bit more shit out of it. I'll lean that in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, look, I can see a few happening already. Let's rip into it. A nice little green, but it's shattered by the looks of things. That's a star sapphire. Big flat piece. Little zircon. What else have we got? It's titanium by the looks of things. Yeah, that looks alright. Looks like it might go. Oh, that's like... Anyway, we'll have to check that one inside. Alright. Check this end out. Oh, no, it's shattered. Shattered too. Gee, there's some stone here. And he did 20. Oh, no, that's no good. It's got too much rutile in it. And he did 21 wheelbarrows today, and to get 21 wheelbarrows and this amount of stone's pretty bloody good. That's spinel. No, it's got too many fractures in it. Huh. What's that? Looks like it might have a good top on it. Anyway, we'll have a look inside. The size of that spinel. Oh, look at that little cutie. It's too flat though, too small to do much with. Looks like a bloody ball bearing, that thing. What's this? Oh, that's titanium. Here's a little green. There's too many shadows in it, you can see it straight away. That's titanium. That's spinel. That's just a rock. Getting myself confused. Oh, we've got a few on the back here, there. All shattered. Alright, what's that? No, that's shattered. Okay, we want one good cutter. There's plenty of material here, let me tell you. Well, that spot's still giving up the berries, so too many shadows in that. Spinel. What's that? It's green. No. Tell you what, I'll dig through the rest. Maybe. I'll dig through the rest and I'll see you guys inside. Alrighty, it's way up time. What I'm going to do is I really want to just see that. Look at the size of this thing. It's huge. Look at it. And I just wet it so you can see. It's very hard to see the trapeze shape. Does that help? Not really. There is a trapeze shape, which is like just a star pattern that's on that. And it might be easy. There you go. So see that shape there? The trapeze shape looks like that. Look there, there. So, you know, it's such a big stone. I mean, I said 200 carats. I think it's going to double that. Yo, look at that, 450. 450 carats. Holy white man. That is huge. That is a big stone. Like, I knew it was bigger. I just don't like to get too excited underground. And these are both bombs, right? So we're not, we don't really have too much, value in those. But look at the size, all up. There's 600 carats even by itself. So that's a hell of a haul. Just, that is, I mean, this is the biggest stone I've ever got. So I've had one at 330 and it's on camera. And then this bad boy, look at the size of that, 450 carats. Holy, you know, it's palm size. If that had been clear, geez, I don't know what you would have got out of it. You know, look, but it's all speculation, right? It's got to be clear to begin with. Let's get weighing the rest of it, and then we'll see if we can load them on top of it and don't break the scales. There is a couple of maybes in this pile. Now, what I did do was clean out the rest of the baffles. So some of this is from the other day's dig. Oh God, I thought it was going to work. I thought it was going to work better than my fingers. Look out, I've dropped everything. Too excited. Oh, God, loser. Anyway, let's get into it. I'm all thumbs when it comes down to this. Just give me a shovel. Let me do my work. Okay, and we're trying to stack everything on top of it, see the value, see what we got. Get the last couple in there. Because this could be the biggest day I've ever had. Well, I mean, it's already kind of the biggest day I've ever had because of that, you know, that it was 385 carats, and you stick that on top, 537, and then, boom, 998 carats. Oh, so close to 1,000 carats. Oh, 900, let's just do it again. Yeah, 988 carats, I should say. Yeah, 988 carats. That's crazy for a day. You know, holy, that spot. Now, I'm just going to show you the good stuff. Alrighty, the stone we're actually interested in is, you know, this one. 11 carats. It's just a really strong blue colour. You know, it looks good here, but I mean, it doesn't have cracks in it, but it is a super strong blue colour. It really needs a good cook to find out what it's going to be like. But 11 carats, we're probably just going to put this one aside, and if somebody wants a nice midnight stone, that'll be cutting it like a midnight colour. So you can see, you know, that's cross table right there, and then that's table. So 11 carats, not unhappy with it, it's good. And then this is just a maybe, it's 14 carats, and then it's got a heap of rutile in it, but there might be a good section in it. So see that top section there? So that section right through there. There is a little crack just there, but this one's going to get cooked pretty hard, and we'll see whether it clears up this side. If it clears up that side, you know, there's probably a good little section in it somewhere, and we'd love to have it as a stone. So you can see it's all banged up there. So yeah, that's a possible and probable, but the stone that I kind of think is going to do some stuff and things is this one. 8.8 carats. Let's have a closer look. Look at that colour. Really light on the cross table. So that's a cross table there. Look at it. It's that blue-yellow mix. Now it does have a bit of crud right there. That'll have to come off, and I think that's stopping it, showing it's all its brilliance, but it does need a cook. It does need a good cook. Might be able to be cut on the cross. You can sort of just see that light little piece there. Could be that yellow coming through, which we would hope to see. And this is kind of hard to, yeah, because it does have that blockage down that end, you know. So we're showing it that way. So it's got all that junk on it. That needs to come off before we can have a really good look at it and see what it's going to turn into. But cross table looks gorgeous. It will be like a midnight stone. But yeah, I do like it. It's got some yellow in it, bit of green. That's what we're chasing. Beautiful little stone. And then this 4.3 carats. I don't know whether these are fractures. It needs a window put in it. It's kind of hard to see because it's so light in colour. But, you know, there's obviously fracture there. But it's so light. That's table. That's cross table. And I think they're just a million little fractures. But the actual... because the surface is so messed up, I can't really tell you whether there are a million little fractures or not. Anyway, there's that one. And then a little Bambito at almost 4 carats. That's going to be a little gorgeous stone. Hopefully turn out to a carat. It's like a little ball. And as you can see, gorgeous little colour. Gorgeous stone, bit of junk on it, but that'll come up a little winner. And that's the other one. And 2 little honourable mentions. There's the green that I pulled out, and you can see that on my fingernail. It's only 1.4 carats. And a little blue with the white cross table. Phenomenal. And a little jelly bean. It's pretty cute. Biggest day carat wise I've ever had, especially 20 wheelbarrows, like 22 wheelbarrows. Holy, look out, we're going to dig that spot again or hang left, and hopefully it's a ridge and it just goes bananas. But we'll see you in the next dig. But before we do, we're going to get some of that stone cut.
Play along at home and see how many times I say champagne in this next lot. Sorry guys.
Okay, so we've got the strangest colour sapphire I think I've ever seen. It came out of that really light blue yellow, and yeah, it's like a champagne colour. It's hard to get the actual right light to show you. This is the morning light, and then I'll show you in LED, and then I'll try to get, that's probably it right there. Just a crazy champagne colour. I'll try and get some light this afternoon. I'm just going to walk into a different area and get a bit of light, extra light on there. Look at that. Look at that champagne colour. Now this afternoon when I come out, I'll show you, it turns green. It is a colour change, but that is like a champagne colour. Crazy, like almost a, it's not a pink. In real life, it's definitely not a pink, but it's showing like that real mauvey. The only way to say it is like champagne. It's like a champagne colour. Okay, here's these 2 stones together. The one on the left-hand side was that 8 carat version that we saw that just turned out a little bit more midnight than I thought it was going to turn out. I mean, it's a beautiful stone, you know, reflects a heap of blue, you know, flashes of that midnight blue and aqua blue that come through. So yeah, beautiful stone. It's just the one on the right-hand side is taking my breath away. You know, 1.06 carats, almost 1.1, 1.06, and you can see it's that just a, yeah, you can see that it's just got a tinge of green to it now because we're in natural light. But you know, the light this morning was showing all that mauvey colour, you know, like, yeah, and it's just got a tint of green out in this just natural light. And then your little, yeah, well, it's not little, it's 2.06 carats blue on that left hand side of your screen, it's a real banger as well. It's just got a heap of depth, shows a heap of, that ocean blue to midnight blue, beautiful stone. So this episode, with 988 carats, and then these two stones, holy, you couldn't ask for better. I think definitely my luck was in that day, that's for sure. If that 450, not incompletely, but if that 450 carat had come through, I would have been singing like a sailbird. Songbird, even better. So yeah, two gorgeous stones. What I'm showing you, they're not actually in ring version. These are just clamps that hold the stone, in place. They're not in a ring. So yeah, if you're chasing one of these, AussieGemHunter.com.au, jump on there, or you can email me on Naseeb@AussieGemHunter.com.au. So yeah, these two are available.